Hello, Mayor. Perfect timing for me to call the meeting to order. I would like to call the town board for September 12th to order. If you'd all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Would the clerk please call roll?
Supervisor Dwyer?
Here.
Councilman Cole?
Here.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Here.
Councilman Mattingly?
Here.
Councilman Schuback?
Here.
Attorney Buckray?
Here.
Okay, thank you. We have a very exciting presentation this evening by some members of the Warwick Valley Local Development Corporation, who are the people behind the scenes with the redevelopment of the prison property. And with that, I'll introduce past Supervisor Michael Sweeten, Bob Krahulik, and Mayor Michael Newhart.
Good. Well, thank you, Town Board and Supervisor Dwyer. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. As you all know, back in 2011, then Governor Cuomo abruptly closed the Mid-Orange Correctional Facility. We lost 400 plus jobs, and we had a 700-acre piece of property that we were afraid was going to be developed in the wrong way for our town. So the town board at the time took the lead to tell the state that we wanted it, and a portion of it we wanted to build into a corporate park, Warwick's first, actually. An ad hoc committee of the chamber got together. We formalized ourselves as the Warwick Valley Local Development Corporation, made up of local business people. Our president, Bob Krahulik, our secretary, Michael Newhart, myself, Marie Corlett from WVT, and Lou Heimbach, the former Orange County executive. We had very generous support from a local resident that allowed us to get the money to purchase the portion we wanted to develop, and we began the work with the town to do that, to do the zoning we needed, put the infrastructure in that we needed, and to get it ready, shovel ready to sell. Over the past 10 years or so, we've been diligently adding good businesses to that park, and it's provided tax revenue for the town and local jobs, and we've recaptured almost all the 400 that we lost. So good stuff. And tonight, I'm happy to tell you that on July 26th, we concluded the sale of the last parcel in the prison. And we're here today to gratefully present to the town board and to the residents of Warwick a check, which our president has, of $1.5 million. I think, as you mentioned during the work session, it's already in the bank. So this is just for the photo, but this will go to improving parks in town of Warwick and our villages. And we couldn't be more thrilled with how the prison property has developed and the good businesses that are there. So our job is done. We will disband ourselves in due process, and we think we've left a pretty good facility for the town for the future. So if you'd come forward, Mr. Supervisor, we'd like to present this check to you.
And I'll say you left more than a pretty good piece of property for the town of Warwick. It is an unbelievable asset. Good luck. Thank you, guys. Do I get to keep this?
You get to keep the check.
Anything like this?
The copy shop right downtown. I just want to give credit where credit is due. I certainly want to thank Mayor Newhart, the other officers, and the directors, but Mike Sweeten, town supervisor, truly deserves the credit for spearheading this effort and working tirelessly. And I think part of it was honor of our mentor, John Hicks, who John Hicks Drive is named after. And again, Mike, my sincere appreciation for all you did on this. Thank you.
I don't think, and I wrote it in part of the press release, I don't think a lot of people will understand the risk that was involved in this and what was at stake, right, with the state pulling out these not only jobs, but also the resources that went toward the sewer plant and the other problems that we're dealing with, and what that property could have ended up as had you guys not had the foresight and the brains and the skill and the guts, let's say, to make a move on that, and the creativity to turn it into what it is today, which will have a long-lasting impact on benefiting the town in so many ways. So I don't think people will really comprehend that, because it's the work that you did behind the scenes. Most people couldn't tell, they didn't understand, but the impact that that will have on the town will be generational. So thank you very much from the town board. And obviously the benefit that this will have is financial and will be long-lasting in other parks throughout the town. And you'll see we have a resolution on the schedule this evening where we will be distributing a portion of these funds to each of the villages within the town. Each of the villages, the Village of Florida, Greenwood Lake, and Warwick, will be receiving $150,000 each that they will be able to use to either purchase new parks within their village and our town, or to improve their parks by capital improvements. And we'll be presenting your village boards with those checks in the near future. So great work, gentlemen, and thank you so much for everything that you've done. Well done. At this time, we will accept the minutes. I would make a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes of August 8th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to accept the minutes of the public hearing August 8th, introductory local law number 5 of 2024, amending town code to include a parcel of real property, SBL number 8-2-8.2 within the APO overlay district. Was that second from Kevin? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make another motion to accept the minutes of the public hearing for August 8th, introductory local law number 6 of 2024, amending town zoning code entitled Affordable Housing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to accept the minutes of the special meeting, August 22nd, to pay the duly audited bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Correspondence is listed in addendum number 1. Visiting elected officials, we have with us Mayor Michael Newhart of the Village of Warwick. Do you have anything that you would like to report?
Thank you to the board for their generosity.
I like how that was worded. Very good. Okay. And then we will begin with our boards and department heads, beginning with our Chief of Police, John Rader, who has a very nice presentation to make and an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'm bringing my bodyguards up here with me as well. Lieutenants Morley and Slazinski are going to assist me with the part of the presentation. Before we get to that, I just wanted to bring the board up to date. We had our second session of the Junior Police Academy graduate on August 16th. So both summer sessions were well received, and it really is a credit to not only our SROs who really run this program and have taken it to where it is, but we've got so many other officers in the department that have taken an interest in interacting with the kids during that 2-week session and teaching them, from some of our drill instructors, the detectives. It goes really across the board. So it's grown even within the department as well as the community. So I got to thank the entire department now for taking this interest and making this so successful. The rescheduled National Night Out was held on August 21st. This year's attendance and even the participation from our community stakeholders was the largest so far. We began doing this with the coalition at Veterans Memorial Park in 2022, and each year it's gotten bigger and bigger. So you can count on us to keep doing this on the first Tuesday of August every year to honor National Night Out and to certainly bring our community together in a fun environment with their police department. The police department participated in 9/11 memorial services yesterday that were held at the Greenwood Lake Schools, the Rotary Club, Warwick Fire Department, Greenwood Lake Fire Department, and the Village of Florida. We just wanted to say how much we appreciate all of these organizations keeping that commitment to never forget. So that's that. With us tonight, I'd like to call up Officer Curtis Paul and Officer Tyler Morella. If you could stand right up here. So both officers are recent graduates from the Orange County Police Chiefs Association Police Academy. Officer Paul graduating in December, and Officer Morella graduating in August. Officer Morella was also awarded 2 different distinctive awards for his time in the academy. Both officers started the police academy as part-time police officers, and thanks to the commitment we have from the board, in August, they were approved as our 2 newest full-time officers. So tonight, we wanted to introduce them as the full-time officers, not only to the board, but to the community. We welcome them to the department, as this will be their careers, and we wish them a safe and successful career with us. So welcome aboard as our new full-time officers.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
So tonight, we also want to introduce our most recent new hires to the board, and we're going to present them with their shields. Before we do that, though, I want to make a point not only to the public, but to these officers. And it's nice to see their families are with them as we welcome them to our family. But the shields that they're going to be issued tonight have all been worn by former members of the Warwick Police Department who serve this community not only with honor, but they help form the traditions and the high standards that we follow today. Our uniform is distinctive in the sense that our names appear in one place, but the town of Warwick Police Department appears on their badge and also on the patch. This signifies that this is not about the individual officer, but it's about the community that we serve. So tonight, I'd like to introduce Chase Toth. Chase is a recent graduate of the University of Albany. Chase is aspiring to build his career in law enforcement, and he's beginning in our communications division. Lieutenant, if you could give Chase his new shield. Welcome aboard, Chase. The next introduction is going to be for Sean Mallon. Sean completed the first phase of training at the Ulster County Police Academy and will finish the second phase, ultimately making him a certified police officer with the Orange County Police Academy. Sean is being issued shield number 14, and we welcome him aboard. Our next introduction is going to be Sean Walter. So the next 2 might walk up here a little stiff. They began the police academy this past Monday, and I believe they've probably done a lot of push-ups and sit-ups in the past 4 days, with 6 more months of that to go. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's really far down there right now. Sean, like I said, Sean began with has just begun the police academy. He's a Warwick resident, and he's already proved himself as a hard-working employee for the town of Warwick with his time at the Mountain Lake Park. Sean's being issued shield number 39, and we welcome him aboard tonight.
Congratulations.
Our last introduction for tonight is Alex Rykowski. Alex also is a Warwick resident and just beginning the police academy on Monday. I was up there for their welcome. In my short time there, I would have to say that Alex may have done more push-ups than Sean so far, but that's all part of the routine that you're going to be going through again for the next 6 months. So we're issuing Alex shield number 42 tonight, and we welcome him to the department. So like I said to each of them now so far, we welcome them to our team. We're looking forward to working with them and preparing them for their careers in law enforcement. We're also looking forward to the contributions that's going to make not only to our department, but to the community. We couldn't do this without the support of the board and their commitment to the police department and also to our mission to protect and serve the town of Warwick. So we thank all of you for that tonight. That concludes my report unless there's any questions from the board.
Any questions from the board? Thank you, Chief.
Seeing none.
Thank you, Lieutenants, and good luck to you guys. We know you're going to do well. You've got a great partner over here in our past senior drill instructor over there. Hopefully they prepared you for what you guys are going to endure over the next 6 months. Good luck. Thank you, Chief. Next up, DPW Commissioner Ben Astorino.
Raise this a little. Sorry, Joe.
He always
It
has
is.
every
It's
time he's got to dig.
It is. All right, just what we've been busy, the DPW is in full swing with our paving. Our contractor is in town. Bear with us. Cedar Lane's been paved, Ball Road has been paved, Iron Forge Road is being paved. One lane has been done today, the other lane will be completed tomorrow. We'll be back next week with them on Wednesday, most likely to Jessup Road. That'll be 2 days on Jessup, then we'll do some of the work in the parks, and then we're gonna be moving to Horizon Farms the following week and Mount Eve, and we'll continue our paving schedule. Also, we've been busy ditching. We've been on Onderdonk, Fancher, and Jones. We've been ditching the roadsides there, doing some pipe work. We did a driveway pipe on Cascade. Royal Court, we completed all of Royal Court. All of the drainage pipe up there was in pretty rough shape, so that road is completely done with new drainage pipe and basins. Arbor Court, we went there, we were doing Ball Road, and noticed there's some sinkholes. We did some exploratory work, and unfortunately that's in the same state as Royal Court, so we got a mark out. We will be starting that work next week to replace probably 500 feet of culvert pipe up there also. And then next year, why I'm saying this is why next year we need to put on the paving list. Just a little heads up. We've been mowing roadsides townwide all summer, filling potholes with hot mix. We did do some work also on Cascade Road. The bridge on Longhouse Creek is, by the wing walls, was compromised on one side, so we made a pretty extensive repair there and took care of that. As vehicle maintenance and emergency repairs are always done as needed. Road signs are replaced as needed. The town park, as always, we're mowing and maintaining on a constant basis. And we also finished the cold mix roads with chip seal. We put a chip seal that finished the whole process. So those two Big Island flats are done, and Skinner's Lane is completely done now. So, any questions from the board?
No, just a comment. I want to thank you and the DPW for your hard work at coordinating the senior barbecue. It was an incredible success, and I saw how hard you worked and your team with the help of the police department, with the help of Rotary. It was just an incredible event, and it was great. People would ask me what I thought about the senior barbecue. I said it was great. I barely had to do anything, but everybody was thanking me for all of it. So.
It is. It's a really,
It was
it's a really
incredible
great
to see.
event. I think it went so smooth this year. On behalf of my thoughts on it, the past couple of years of Rotary has got involved, has made it very, very seamless as far as the rentals of the tents, the purchasing of products. It's just very, very good organization to work with, and they really stepped up to the plate.
Well, it was a great job. Well done, and thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Any questions for the DPW Commissioner before he leaves? Okay, thank you, Ben. Water and Sewer couldn't make it tonight. I got a call from Matt about 45 minutes ago, and he said there is a significant water leak at the West Side Water District in Greenwood Lake, so that obviously takes priority over standing in front of us tonight. But I can tell you he's been extremely busy, he and the whole team. You'll hear, we talked about it during the workshop, some of the situations we're dealing with, but they're working around the clock, making sure that people have the water and sewer that they need, and he's just been doing a great job. So We'll give him the night off, and he'll be at the next meeting. Recreation Director, Samantha Walter.
So my report's mainly about Mountain Lake Park. The pool has come to a close as summer ends, and we had a great summer. I reviewed all the numbers, and it was great to see we averaged 90 people a day at the pools, which is a really good number. We had 19 lifeguards that worked really hard, so I wanted to thank all the lifeguards that helped out this summer. And a great stat was we had just over 200 seniors that signed up for membership, came up to the pools and swam, and it was just great to see them out enjoying each other's company and enjoying the pools as well. So it was a great summer for the pools. I do want to take time to thank a volunteer at the park. You might remember that you passed a resolution for Gary and his dog Maddie to help with the geese issue at the park, and they have done a fabulous job. They get to work a few times a day, chase the geese. It doesn't harm them, but chase them, make it uncomfortable for them, and they fly off. So the park's been geese-free now for about 2 or 3 weeks. Gary comes back once in a while. If I see him, I'll text him. He'll come right back with Maddie and chase him again. But it's really working, and it's really wonderful. There's a really cool lighthouse at the edge of the park that looks like it looks like a small lighthouse, but we found out that it's actually a goose deterrent light. So I think I have a scout that wants to get that up and running as an Eagle Scout project. So that'd be another great way to help. And it makes a huge difference. People can picnic easy, without worrying about the geese. And we had the 2 food truck fests, the Fuller Moon Arts Fest, weddings, so it makes a big difference for sure. So we wanted to thank Gary and Maddie for their help at the park with the geese. For upcoming events, we have a pickleball tournament this weekend on Sunday. It's run by the Lions Club. There's still time to get into the pickleball tournament if you play, Russ. So you can find information about the pickleball tournament on Team Reach app under Town of Warwick, Mountain Lake Park. And other news, I did want to talk a little bit about how the town's been working hard to get AEDs at some of the town fields for the fall sports. So we're looking pretty good with AEDs at both sides of Town Park Union Corners. And we've got now an accessible AED at the Wicker Manor House, which is really nice. It's outside now, so that's accessible as well. And lastly, I just wanted to tell you about a highlight for me for the summer. I got to go on a tour with the supervisor for all the different parks within the town. So Greenwood Lake, Town of Warwick. We saw Pine Island. Well, you saw Pine Island. And it was really a great experience. It made me very appreciative, thankful, grateful for the wonderful parks that we have. The time that the board has spent preserving the parks, investing in parks, and maintaining the parks. It's just that work is a really special place to live, and so it was a great reminder to me about that for sure. So I want to encourage folks to get out this fall, avoid the traffic, go into the parks and hike and walk and enjoy the nature out there. And that's it.
Great. Thank you, Sam. The senior liaison couldn't make it tonight, but she did report that over 1,200 flyers were handed out at the, 275 flyers were taken from the senior barbecue. 8 new members were joined into our local senior groups as a result of the flyers that she's been creating and handing out. She has met with the Village of Warwick liaison to the seniors, Mary Kalura, and she's been attending all of the senior groups and going out there and being very active, making sure that she is communicating to the seniors about town business, what we're doing, and also reporting back to the town board what the seniors are doing and what they need, including more round tables. That's one of the big things that they want. So she's doing a great job, staying very busy, and we appreciate her communication. All right, moving right into town board reports, beginning with Councilman D'Angelo.
Okay, good evening. Excuse me. For the month of August, the Town of Warwick Police Department had the following calls. In Greenwood Lake outside the village, it was 150. The Warwick outside the village, it was 742. For the Pine Island area, there was 266. And for the village of Warwick was 665. And for the village of Greenwood Lake, they had 66 calls. and for the Village of Florida, 79. For a total for August was 1,968. The Warwick Valley Humane Society is partnering with the Warwick Valley Rotary and the Warwick Backpack Snack Attack for a golf outing, all-for-one golf outing in September, on Wednesday, September 25th. They're looking for players and sponsors. Anyone interested, please visit the Warwick Valley Rotary to sign up. They have pets that can be viewed on their website for adoption, and the shelter is in need of some basic supplies: bleach, paper towels, laundry detergent, paper plates, pate canned cat and kitten food, Natural Balance canned dog food. That's all for the Humane Society. And the Friendly Visitor Program for the month of August, the number of neighbors assisted was 21. The number of volunteers assisting those neighbors was 15. And the number of services, which I find incredible, was 188. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Cole, your report, please.
Thank you. Well, it's been quite a few years since we got that announcement from the governor that the prison was going to be closed. I think we got it by fax. That's how long ago it was. And at first, it was met with not a great deal of excitement. It was everybody was pretty upset about it. It was a big change, but we had to face the fact that they were closing it. And with the vision that Mike had and others in the town, we developed it into something that turned out to be really quite amazing. And I congratulate the LDC, the supervisor, for his persistence on making this thing work. And it's now it's come full circle, and doesn't seem like it's been that long ago, but I guess it has been. It's been quite a few years. And as I understand, it's probably one of the few facilities that's been developed that was closed, that the prisons were closed. I think it might be the only one in the state. So we're very fortunate, or maybe it's just not so much fortunate as good hard work that this thing gets done. The other gamble that we took was Mountain Lake Park. That looks like that's progressing along very nicely, and it seems that that's going to develop into something. I don't think it's reached its full potential yet, but I hope it's going to be something, once again, that the town can be proud of. And congratulations to the committee, and congratulations to the town for pursuing this. That's all I have.
Great. Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Mattingly, your report, please.
Thank you, Supervisor. Just a few things. The St. Anthony's Fall Golf Classic is Wednesday, September 18th at 8:30 a.m. Great Gorge Country Club in Vernon, New Jersey. For more information, call 845-368-5151. A little bit more, Mr. D'Angelo had mentioned the Warwick Valley Rotary All-for-One golf outing at Golf Club at Mansion Ridge is Wednesday, September 25th at 8:30 a.m. For more information, call 845-986-5761 to register. And finally, a ribbon cutting with the Warwick Valley Chamber of Commerce in the Village of Warwick. Bravor and Evermore ribbon cutting at 20 Spring Street in Warwick is Thursday, September 26th at 4 p.m. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Councilman Schuback, your report, please.
Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you for everyone that came out yesterday to the 9/11 memorials. It was very touching to see all the villages had a memorial, and then the schools all had. So it was very nice to see everyone out. So that's all I have to say.
Great, thank you. Attorney Buckett, your report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Unfortunately, I was engaged in an unrelated trial unrelated to any town matter.
Still off.
Red light.
It's on.
Oh. Was anticipating a green light when it was on. So I did not provide a report. I will shortly provide a report to the town board members. However, I am available to answer any questions anyone might have tonight.
Any questions for the attorney? Okay. Clerk Astorino, your report, please.
I have the fees collected for August 2024 were $27,090.98, and the fees paid out were $9,781.76, and that's all I have.
Very good, thank you. All right, my report, as I generally say, the town board has a workshop here that's open to the public, anywhere between 90 minutes to an hour, right here in front of this dais, where we discuss some of the resolutions that are happening tonight, some of the updates with what's going on from a governmental perspective. So I will just run through those and let the public know kind of what we discussed, a brief overview. I brought the board up to speed on a sewer situation in the Wickham Sewer District that is causing an issue. We're working with the DEC on trying to come to a long-term solution. While we anticipate potential grant funding, the public knows that we applied for a $16 million grant through a combination of grant sources, and that process takes a long time to complete. And while we do that, we're still managing a very old sewer plant and sewer system that needs a lot of work. So I just updated the board on the situation with that. We discussed earlier the park funds distribution that'll happen to the 3 villages. We're very excited about that. And we hope that this will, and know that this will continue to enhance our local town and village park system for many years to come. So we're excited to see the creative projects that the villages come up with to use that money. The town board has 2 resolutions this evening to continue supporting open space and land preservation. One of them will be a Orange County Land Trust PDR acquisition of the development rights for a property, as well as a joint partnership between the Orange County Land Trust and the town of Warwick on a acquisition of property that's known as Gibraltar Rock. So you'll hear a resolution later this evening on those 2 land acquisition and development rights acquisitions. We also mentioned that there was, since the passage of a recent amendment to the short-term rental code, we added a suspension option for the town board and the building department rather than an outright revocation. And unfortunately, we did issue a suspension of a short-term rental just recently. Very large party at a short-term rental caused multiple police agencies to show up, as well as tow trucks, and it's really one of the reasons that the town developed this, was to make sure that we're protecting the quality of life for all of our residents. And when these things happen, they're really not helping protect the quality of life. So we did issue a 60-day suspension of that short-term rental permit. The town board is going to vote on a resolution this evening to support 2 of our DPW employees in obtaining CDL licenses. This will help ensure that we're fully staffed for going into the winter season. We had, I think, a pretty mild winter the last couple of years, but you don't know what's going to happen this year. So we're going to make sure that we're fully prepared for the maintenance of our roads throughout the winter. We are issuing RFPs, requests for proposals, for an engineering firm to help design a new pool as well as perform necessary repairs at Mountain Lake Park. We applied for a $1 million state grant. We got indications that it'll be supported and approved, but until we have that final document in our hands, just like the Jane Street Bridge, we're not really saying that we got anything. But we do want to make sure that we're fully prepared for these things, because these are projects that must be done over the winter. We can't start a pool repair project when Sam has 500 people waiting in line to use these beautiful facilities. So we just want to make sure that everything is prepared and teed up for if we do get the good news of the grant award. We're also going to be putting cameras up at Mountain Lake Park, additional cameras, I should say, to support the safety of that park. And the DPW commissioner gave us an update on the paving. We've got a lot of roads being paved. You'll see the paving schedule will come out. Unfortunately, it's really hard to predict exactly when they're going to come here, because they're a state bid contractor that's doing all of the county roads and the state roads within the county. They're doing different municipalities, and sometimes you hear the day before that they're coming to your town, and we try as best we can to post signs in the neighborhood, post it on Facebook, put it on our website, but sometimes we're at the peril of the contractor. So we'll try as best we can. It sounds like next Wednesday is a firm date that they're going to be back after they finish Iron Forge Road, and we hope that they're going to stay for the duration to pave the remaining roads that need to be paved. That concludes my report at this time. We will open it up to privilege of the floor on any agenda items. Any questions or comments on anything on the agenda, any resolutions to be discussed? There will be another opportunity for privilege of the floor on any general item later down the agenda, so nothing on that. All right. At this point, we'll go right into the resolutions of the town board.
Make a motion that the Town Board of Warwick hereby appoints J&G Law LLP to represent the town in tax certiorari proceedings commenced against the town to contest the 2024-2025 assessment roll. In the case is as follows. Cothiera Aglasa LLC Index EF 005866-2024.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to accept notice of intent to retire from Town of Warwick Police Department Detective Sean Tetzloff for the purpose of retirement at least 6 months after notification of interest.
Second.
Just a discussion on this. This does not necessarily mean that Detective Tetzloff will be retiring in 6 months. It's just a contractual obligation that says that he must tell the board that he is eligible to retire, just so that we can prepare as we develop our budgets for the potential retirement. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to approve the following budget transfer for the purpose of covering the cost of new copiers for the Justice Court from account A00.00.1110.434 to A00.00.110.444 in the amount of $500. A00.00.1110.440 to A00.00.1110.444 in the amount of $500. A00.00.1110.454 to A00.00.1110.444 in the amount of $800. From A00.00.1110.456 to A00.00.1110.444 in the amount of $500. And from A00.00.1110.480 to A00.00.1110.444 in the amount of $1,500.
Second.
Did everyone catch all that?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, Tom. I make a motion to approve film permit, including drone filming of a car driving for Columbia Pictures Industries, Inc., to film on October 7, 2024 on Lower Wisner Road, Upper Wisner Road, State School Road, Pumpkin Hill Road, and Iron Forge Road.
Second.
And the police chief is thoroughly involved in this process. Speaking with the film company, there will be road closures and some disruptions during that time, but the chief will notify the board and the public, and everybody will be aware of all that. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to refund remaining escrow in the amount of $886.25 back to the planning board, account Spirit Cell Tower, 15 Plesner Peak, AKA Transcend Wireless.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt the following resolution. Whereas the Morishevsky Farm is a 166-acre hay and livestock operation in the town of Warwick containing 64 acres of prime and statewide soils of importance, and whereas the Orange County Land Trust has successfully obtained a New York State Farmland Protection Implementation Grant to fund 75% of total project's cost and the purchase of development rights of the farm, and whereas the town of Warwick supplied a letter of support dated January 22nd, 2024 for the successful New York State FPIG application, and whereas the Morishevsky Farm is a critical link between another preserved working farm protected under open space lands that will create an extended wildlife and environmental protection corridor, and whereas the Orange County Land Trust, in order to apply for matching funding through the Orange County Open Space Fund to complete the acquisition, requires a supporting letter from the farm's municipality. Now therefore it be it resolved, the town of Warwick supports the application to the Orange County Open Space Fund for matching funding needed to complete the purchase development rights on the Morishevsky Farm.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt the following resolution, whereas Gibraltar Rock is a 136-acre property, SBL 27-1-56.12, that has long been treasured for its locally unique topography, minerals, flora, and fauna, and for its overall beauty and scenic drama. And whereas the Orange County Land Trust has successfully obtained a community forest grant from the U.S. Forest Service to cover 50% of the acquisition cost and transaction cost. And whereas the town of Warwick supplied a letter of support dated December 13, 2023 for the successful USFS Community Forest Grant application. And whereas the Gibraltar Rock property is adjacent to town preserved Newport Bloom 1 and Newport Bloom 2 farms, creating a contiguous corridor over 350 acres. And whereas converting Gibraltar Rock to a community forest will protect an iconic cultural landmark, unusual geological features, and locally important water resources. And whereas the town of Warwick understands that this purchase by a tax-exempt nonprofit will result in fewer school taxes being collected, $5,283.12 as of 2023. And whereas the OCLT, in order to obtain some or all of the required matches to complete the acquisition, is submitting an application to the Orange County Open Space Fund, which requires a supporting letter from the parcel's municipality. And whereas the town of Warwick held a public hearing on October 25, 2018 to acquire the development rights on this parcel and pass a resolution to allocate funds from the Community Preservation Fund for that purpose. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Warwick supports the application to the Orange County Open Space Fund for match needed to complete the purchase of the Gibraltar Rock property, SBL 27-1-56.12, and allocate up to $242,000, 25%, from the town's community preservation funds towards the purchase of the Gibraltar Rock property as a public access nature preserve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to refund remaining escrow in the amount of $11,660 back to the planning board applicant Israel Schaefer in regard of OFR Associates LLC, Old Forge Road LLC, site plan and special use appropriate application for property located at 57-61 Old Forge Road, Warwick, New York.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion granting permission for the following applicants to serve alcohol at the town of Warwick Parks rental facilities. All applicants have filed a certificate of liability and liquor liability in the town clerk's office. Applicants are Colleen Dawson and Jeff Burgard on Mountain Lake Park for 11/9/24. Lauren Talbot, Mountain Lake Park for 9/28/24. Mike Hazard at Wickham Woodland Manor for 9/14/24.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to approve special event permit for Blue Arrow Car Show for every Wednesday from August 28th through October 30th, 2024. Certificate of liability is on file in the clerk's office.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to refund $550 back to Courtney Herman for a canceled party at Wickham Woodland Manor on September 7th, 2024 due to a family emergency.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to release the complete remainder of the performance bond for Gable subdivision in the amount of $20,456.37 back to Abe Mueller from Molex Builders, Ava Planning and Builders Incorporated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to accept resignation from Seth B. Kuhn as a full-time DPW laborer effective September 30th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to accept resignation from Jaden Rodriguez as a part-time seasonal DPW laborer effective September 13th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint Mary Garcia as a part-time clerk in the to the Zoning Board of Appeals and Building Department at a rate of pay of $17.50 per hour effective August 24, 2024.
Second.
Just a discussion, Mary is currently our Zoning Board of Appeals secretary, but she's doing more work than that, and we just want to make sure that within civil service we're titling her appropriately. And no change in pay, but just kind of a change in job description. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to approve a special event permit for Blue Arrow Haunted Hayride Carnival from Wednesday through Sunday, October 2nd, 2024 to October 13th, 2024. A certificate of liability is on file in the clerk's office.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion authorizing the supervisor to sign an agreement by and between the Town of Warwick and the Warwick Valley Central School District with the Town of Warwick relating to the security and supervision of students, staff, and visitors in the school and school-sponsored events for a 3-year period beginning July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2027.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion authorizing the supervisor to issue requests for proposal for the following projects at Mountain Lake Park. Design engineer and project coordinator for pool repairs and construction of new kiddie wading pool at MLP. Construction of new kiddie pool wading pool at MLP. Repairs to ML pools, including installation of new technology according to the specifications within the grant application to New York State.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to authorize the bid for soliciting bids for security cameras for Mountain Lake Park.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to provide an amount not to exceed $450,000 from the newly established H34 fund to each of the 3 villages within the Town of Warwick. The amounts will be divided equally as $150,000 to the villages of Warwick, villages of Florida, $150,000 to the village of Greenwood Lake, and $150,000 to the village of Warwick for the purpose of either parkland acquisition or capital improvements to parks within the Town of Warwick.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion authorizing the town to pay for training of DPW employees Thomas Hoffman and Jonathan Schmidt to obtain their CDL license, Class B driver's license, of a cost not to exceed of $2,000 each.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to schedule a public hearing to consider the adoption of a proposed introductory local law number 7, 2024 to exceed the 2% property tax cap. Said public hearing to be held at 7:30 p.m. on September 26, 2024, or as soon thereafter as the matter may be heard at the Town Hall, 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick.
Second.
Discussion, this is a formality, it's a requirement, generally because if, unexpected costs could come up at a certain time in your budget process, and you only have a certain window to pass a local law to override your tax cap if it is necessary. I'm not suggesting that the town board will exceed the tax cap in our budget preparations, but if we absolutely have to, this is a necessary component in the process. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Make a motion to schedule a public hearing for introductory local law number 8 of 2024 entitled amending Chapter 112 Peddling and Soliciting. Said hearing to be held on Thursday, September 26, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter. May the matter be heard at Town Hall, 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick. A complete copy of the introductory local law is available for inspection in the clerk's office and or the Town of Warwick website, townofwarwick.org.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion granting permission to the 4 Orange Environmental Sustainable Warwick and other volunteers who have executed proper waivers and provided insurance to the satisfaction of the Town of Warwick through the Hudson Valley Pollinator Grant Funding Project to plant native pollinator species of plants at the Mountain Lake Park on October 14, 2024, under the direction of the Recreation Director.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to pay all audited bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. At this time, we'll open it up to privilege of the floor on any general topic, anything that anyone would like to talk about, ask, question, concerns? No? Wow, big audience for no questions. It's all right. Before we do go into executive session and everybody starts racing out of here, the next Warwick Town Board meeting will be September 26, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Following public hearings, local law number 7 as well as local law number 8. And so that starts at 7:30. We do have a workshop, and it's usually here starting at 6 o'clock, and it is open to the public. Anyone is welcome to attend. I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss pending litigation, which essentially was the topics you all heard before.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We're going to go into the conference room there for our executive session. Everybody is welcome to stay here. We will potentially consider making a resolution to act on the executive session discussion. You're all welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. We will come back. We will make sure that whatever we do is televised as well as recorded for the minutes. So if you leave, thank you very much for coming. Congratulations to you guys and good luck to you. I make a motion to close executive session.
Second.
And any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We're automatically back in the general meeting. At this time, the town board will not be acting on any resolution relating to our executive session in light of some further details from the town attorney. The town attorney will continue to work on this situation and will update the board on progress, and we will look to readdress this at the next town board meeting. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you for the attendance that we had, and thank you to the audience.